Yeah, Wayne's World here. I was gonna make this little video outside. I was gonna tell y'all a little story, a little fight story about probably my greatest fight back when I was in high school. Probably not my greatest, but certainly my most gratifying. Cause me, I never been a fighter type, right? But boxing was my sport, and I love to box. I mean, just for the, strictly sport of it. I ain't never been one to go around wanting to start fights with nobody or whatever, but I don't like bullies. I never have, and I've never been one to succumb to a bully. And this one night back in 1982, I was 19 years old, me and my brother, we'd been out to see that movie Officer and Gentleman, and that's kind of a get fired up movie anyway, Officer and Gentleman, because old Richard Gere, he kicks a little butt in it. Him and Louis Gossett Jr. And anyway, so when we got out of the movie, we went over to McDonald's. We were going to get a little food on the way home, right? So as we walked into the McDonald's, I noticed that there were these four long-haired dudes sitting there with like they had rock concert t-shirts on, right? They all had kind of long hair, and they looked like he's kind of stoned, just getting out of the concert. They looked kind of redneckish. And as we were at the counter ordering our food, I noticed that one of them remarked, I heard him say, "Look at that little preppy looking punk stand up there at the counter. The little preppy looking sissy stand up here, got his little blue pants on and his little yellow polo shirt. Said little preppy ass little sissy down there, like that, right?" So I didn't think nothing about it. First, my brother looked over at me. He's like, "You gonna let him talk like that?" I was like, "No, I ain't gonna say nothing." And like I said, I wasn't gonna say nothing to him. I was just gonna let this go because all the talking in the world ain't really worth getting no fight over. But anyway, they kept on. I turned around to them. I told them, are you fellas referring to me? And they said, "What if we are, boy? What you got to say about it? You want to step outside?" And I was like, "No, I don't want no trouble, none. But I was just gonna say y'all are making me really uncomfortable, and I'd appreciate if y'all quit." Hang on now, I'm getting interrupted here. These truck drivers, they can't see I'm trying to make YouTube videos. Hold on. Alright, so back to the story. Alright, so anyway, like I was saying, they started hollering about if I wanted to step outside and all this sort of thing. And I told them, no, I don't want no trouble. I ain't like that. I told them I just appreciate if y'all quit because y'all are making me uncomfortable, right? So they said, well, unless you want to do something about it, unless you want to step outside, you don't say nothing to us, boy. You understand that? I told them, I said, well, yeah, I understand that. I said, but really the only four boys I see are the four sitting over there at that booth. Because men don't try to start fights, and that's exactly what y'all are trying to do. Well, about that time, they all jumped out of the chair. Two of them did. Come up here, and one of them, he was a little bit taller than me. Not quite as tall as Bob here. By the way, here's Bob. He's one of my best friends. He's got a smiley face on his forehead. And anyway, but he was a little bit taller than me, probably about 180 pounds. I was about 155, about 5'10". But I was in the prime of my boxing condition, right? Working out in the gym every day. But I had this same look, clean cut, kind of open Cunningham thing going on. So, I'm not really the intimidating type physically when people look at me. So he was just going, he busted up there and said, "What'd you call me, boy? What'd you call me?" I just said that men don't try to start fights, and that's what you're trying to do, so you must be a boy. Well, he said, "Boy, you don't ever call me a boy." About that time, this older gentleman, he stepped in between us like this, He said, "Man, y'all break it up, y'all break it up." He said, "Y'all don't need to be in here fighting and everything." Fella, he said, He said, yeah, you right, sir. You cool and everything. You got your sport jacket on and everything. He said, but this little punk ever calls me a boy again? He said, you don't ever call me a boy again. I let it go this time. But he said, don't you ever do that again. Turn you up your classes like that, right? So, by the time he did that, I told him, I said, hey, buddy. And like, I don't really like to cuss on YouTube, right? But I told him, you just stepped up. And about that time, he turned around. He started to walk away from me. About the time he turned around, bam! I lift jabbed him one time, right? He stepped back. I said, look tougher than you thought, huh? I tore him up, man. I got him. I had him all up. He had his hands over his face. Oh, stop hitting me, stop hitting me. His buddies, they was going to break it up. My brother, he was a little bit bigger than I was. He kind of had them intimidated. And I got through with dude. They pulled him off. They pulled me off. A couple dudes in the McDonald's. They pulled me off of him. I said, man, settle down. I said, hey, I'm cool. He's the one y'all need to worry about. He come out, he said, well, I'm going to kill you. He had blood all over me. He said, I'm going to kill you, boy. I'm going to kill you. I said, look to me like you probably done got what you deserve, man. I'd suggest you don't want no more of that. Now reach up, I popped him one good body shot. Then he went outside and took his shirt off. Him and his buddies called me out there. But manager from McDonald's, she called the police on him. And when the police got there, they said, what happened? And he said, this little punk, I was minding my own business. I sat there in my own chair, minding my own business, and this punk come up, and he just started calling me a boy. And then he started hitting me, he started punching me all over my face. The cop said, is that what happened? And I said, well, sir. And the manager, it was a woman, she stepped up about that time, said, I'll speak on behalf of this gentleman. Said he was standing in line, minding his own business. When these guys come up and started harassing him, and one of them slapped him. Like that there, he said, and he just defended himself, did what he had to do, officer. And he said, well, look, it looks like a little fight just got out of hand here. He said, you got a bloody nose. He said, a bloody nose, hell, look, he cut me here, cut me there, This guy had 8 or 10 cuts on his face. Nothing serious, so. And then he said, well, anyway, you got in a fight, because I didn't have mark on me. My hands wasn't even messed up. But anyway, I was really proud that I was able to deter this bullet, because I do believe probably in the future that he'll think about doing that, or at least, you know, back in it's already the future. That was 1982, about 25 years ago now it happened. But anyway, me and my brother rode on home without incident. That was about it. He kept telling me and you boy one-on-one. I was like, dude, we already went one-on-one. What you think's gonna be different? We go somewhere else or whatever. What, you got a gun or something? Me, I ain't the fighting type, but I don't like bullies. And I'll tell y'all some more of my fight stories some other time. But right now, I gotta earn my pay to sign this truck out. Right? Get out the road. I'm trying to earn my pay now. Alright, I earned my pay. Hello. Oh, I got 34 seconds left. What am I gonna do for 34 seconds? Yeah, I got to fight with this one guy one time. He told me, he said, boy, I'll whoop your butt. I was working the door in a bar, right? Oh, whoop your butt. He did me like that. And when he did, I just cold cocked him one time, knocked the slap out. Yeah, these people, I don't know what's wrong with them. I always want some violence, and then they get mad and want to sue you. Ask you to defend yourself.